Alternate layouts were added to InDesign CS6 to allow you to do different page sizes, different orientations of the same starting content for delivery to either different devices or a device in both the horizontal and the vertical layout. Right now, I started this document as an iPad. Under File, New Document, InDesign CS6 added the digital publishing category, and they have common device sizes. So I built this with the iPad in the portrait layout to start. I'm going to hit cancel here, and you'll notice it named my layout iPad V for vertical. If I choose Create Alternate Layout in the Pages panel, it assumes that I want to change it from the vertical to the horizontal, and it automatically put me in the horizontal orientation. Now I've built into this document many object-based rules to tell the images and text and elements of the page what to do. If you haven't built those and you just choose something simple like scale and I hit OK, and I double-click on my horizontal layout, it's scaling everything to fit there, but I'd have a lot of work to do to really make my content ideal for this orientation. So I'll undo that. And if I look at this page and choose from my Layout menu, Liquid Layout, on all the pages except page 7, I selected each object and I told this family graphic to pin to the top, but not to scale. With this image, I'm allowing it to scale the width and the height, and I'm pinning it only to the bottom of the page. So I've done that on every page in the document. I've told what pieces are allowed to scale and where they should stay still. On this image, it fills the whole page, so I've pinned it to all sides. But on the last page, page 7, if I select the object, or any object, I've built no rules. Except for this, in the entire document, I've used, in the new document window, the primary text frame. That happens automatically on all the digital publishing content. So rules for that are already set. You don't have to build them. So I'll hit cancel again. I'm going to choose Create Alternate Layout. And this time, I'll choose Preserve the Existing Rules that are already built. And when I click OK, if I look at my layout, this now fits much better in the horizontal. I've got a little reworking to do here with the caption, but this stayed in a great position. The image scaled, family is at the right size, and this is pinned to the right side. And as I go through the entire document, that happened with most of my elements. If I get this out of the way, you could see with these two images, I pin this to the left and top, pin this to the right and top. And they're grouped with the captions. The captions obey the new rules. But as I look at page 7, I didn't set up good rules for this. And because this is an automatic text frame, it actually flowed onto page 8 because the rules weren't set up. It didn't scale well. So I'm going to come back and undo this and build some better rules for page 7. On this text box, I don't need to pin it to all sides. To me, it's most important that it stay on the right margin and the bottom margin. And I'll let it resize both the width and the height, but I will not pin it to the top or the left. You'll even see there's little pin markers that you could set here, on or off, for the height or for pinning. And you'll see that's checking the appropriate boxes here. For this image, I want to allow it to resize both the width and the height, and I'll pin it to the top, left, and right, but the bottom I'll allow to scale. With this group, I will pin it to the left only, and I don't want it to resize. I want it to stay the same size. And this one, I'll pin it to the right because it's right aligned, and I won't let it resize. So now I'll create an alternate layout. It's got the iPad horizontal. It'll preserve my rules. I'll click OK. And if I double click on page 7, I get a little bit more workable layout. This did fit much better. My caption's in a good spot. I did lose a little stacking order here, so I'll go to my selection tool, select this image, bring it to the front, and choose Fill Frame Proportionally. In fact, I could have done Auto Fit for the content, and that would have saved me that work. Let's try it again. I'm going to undo until I'm back out of there. And on page 7, I'll select this image and choose Auto Fit. And then create alternate layout, preserve the existing rules, and click OK. Much better. If I double click here, that is now auto-fitting to the page. I still need to bring it to the front. But everything else I'm happy with. I could also resize it or center it if I want to change the position. I'll check my other pages. Looking good. Everything's fitting. And the last thing I'll do is correct the cover for this caption and just use my down arrow key to move it into place. And now I've got a finished file that's ready to go in both a horizontal and vertical iPad layout using the new alternate layouts that build both orientations all into one file.